Hi, my name is Eric, and I've read a book called The Law of One. This is what it looks like. It's called The Raw Material, and basically, what it's about is that it's channeled from this being called Ra. So, three scientists called Don Elkins, Carla Ruckert, and Jim McCarty started in 1962 this project to be able to communicate with extraterrestrials. And they look at it as a purely scientific point of view. They just want to see what information can come from channeling. So the recordings they made were transcribed into this book. Um, it was done while Carla was in a trance. So she was like lying on a bed. She had a white sheet over her. She was dressed in white. There was a Bible open to, I believe, John chapter 1. And there was like a incense rod or stick or whatever that was in like a special holder, and it had to be aligned in a certain way or it was more draining on Carla, is what they found. So either Don or Jim would ask questions of Ra, and Carla would channel the answer Ra gave. Um, Ra's response, it definitely evoked new information. There's stuff about the pyramids, what they were used for, which I'll get into in later videos. Stuff that hasn't ever been talked about. And it's really interesting. There's 5 books, there's about 100 sessions, and I'm going to go through each book. And this is just an introduction video, so you can expect more videos on this channel. And so if you subscribe, then you'll catch all of them. So a little bit more about the Law of One. Ross says the first thing he says is that he has not spoken through this instrument before. So the instrument is Carla, the person who's channeling Ra, and that he's sending a narrow band of vibration, which in the Law of One it also says that that's like a highly advanced form of channeling. Most low level and intermediate level channeling is done through like a wide band of vibrations. The next thing that Ra says is that he's been watching this group of scientists, and he explains they need a diverse set of experiences in channeling. And he knows that they're seeking the truth and want to advance what Ra calls the complex of mind, body, and spirit. So that concept of the mind, body, spirit complex is talked about a lot in the Law of One. And so you're going to be hearing lots more about that. To quote directly from the first session, Ra says, "What is it, my friends, to take thought? Took you then thought today? What thoughts did you think today? What thoughts were part of the original thought today? In how many of your thoughts did the creation abide? Was love contained? And was service freely given? You are not part of the material universe. You are part of a thought. You are dancing in a ballroom in which there is no material. You are dancing thoughts. You move your body, your mind, your spirit in somewhat eccentric patterns, for you have not completely grasped this concept that you are part of the original thought." And so Ra goes on and states that there's a confederation of planets that exists, and he's a part of it. Reminds me kind of like Star Trek or something like that, the collective. He goes on to tell them that the Confederation's mission statement is as follows: all things, all of life, all of the creation is part of one original thought. So it just goes on to talk a bit more about what the nature of, I guess, consciousness is, and what it goes on to mean and say in the later part of the first book is that that everything is a product of thought. So it's like this vibrational frequency that we can experience, that we all have the ability to do. So I'm going to leave this off here. I just wanted to make a bit of an introduction and give a bit of information in the first reading, the first channeling they did in this book, The Law of One. If you're interested in reading it, you can go to llresearch.org and you can get a PDF version of the book. Or if you just search on Google, The Law of One, it's probably the first result that you'll get. Thank you so much. Over and out.